Stillness. Very powerful stillness. A perfect time to find stillness is right after breaking all the rules, all the laws, all the physics of how fast we're supposed to be going as a human being, as the animal that we are, and step outside of that and drive down the road where your defense mechanisms are turned on due to past habits, all thanks to the shape of the ego that we have. And this is sort of what I wanted to kind of touch base on this morning, and was kind of drawn into stillness just because driving down the road, it was really loud. There was a lot going on. Even just alone on the back road, on the dirt road, with some of the things that focus can get us and some of these different forms of distractions that take our focus and kind of show us what we could have if we focus here and now and put our energy where it needs to be, instead of procrastinating and putting things off and getting distracted and discouraged more. Let's look at that too, because the frustration and the anger only hold us back. The layers of our ego tend to form into ways that we're talking to other people, and that is a reflection of how we're talking to ourselves. And the true voice that we're able to access, the any kind of anger is masked fear. So there's kind of a way of feeling how you're saying what you're saying, as well as following the thoughts that we're thinking. And the way that we typically deal with each other, deal with driving, deal with emotions, there's a lot of give and take, and there's a lot of blame, and there's a lot of pushing out, and our focus goes into giving our power away to any number of arbitrary individuals along the way. But then it's really connected to showing us how we are focusing on and thinking about other people, and holding on to grudges with them, even though they are and we're sort of still just lost in the sauce, and chasing their own tail, living life in a rear view mirror point of view. All of these different aspects of being rigid around the edges, or rough around the edges, right? Being kind of like kept inside a box instead of chipping away at all of those ways that we're making ourselves intolerable, and kind of keeping ourselves in a certain form of shape that keeps us away from rolling with life, rolling with the punches, able to smoothly transform through some of these different ways of seeing things, ways of being, and some of the things that we do set in place really shape how we see things, and we believe that no one else sees things that we see, that no one else cares in the way that we care. And those are some of the perspectives that we are using through habits that shaped our focus and awareness, that when we kind of step outside of that, we can see how that's only one perspective, and we can create a well-rounded ego with a number of perspectives, some different ways of thinking about things, some different ways of seeing things, some other people's well-being involved, instead of thinking that when we are driving down the road, we're only driving down the road by ourselves. Everyone in our life is connected to us. So there's so many more ways of just associating some of the things that we think with what we think, and reorganizing Pandora's box that you are, because inside you is any number of ideas, beliefs, and those all tend to shake and disrupt the balance and the stillness. And even then, you can kind of feel anything that triggered any defensive mechanisms and shook the ground underneath our feet at all. The heat warms up in the belly a little bit and starts to spin a little bit. So which way it's spinning is a indication of where you are with that energy center, with that chakra. We're going to get into a lot of that in the near future, so stay tuned. And all of these meditations are that we're going to be getting into are all going to really help unmask the ego, reorganize the ego, and kind of reshape the way that we think ego is, because everyone gets one. That is ego. Even our ego has an ego. Our good intentions are kind of mixed up and twisted around with contrary beliefs sometimes. Our alignment can just be a little off. And then we all know people with these expressions and dispositions, and the only way that I can even talk about it is because of going through some of all of these different situations with so many people, and witnessing all of this through as many perspectives as possible. And it's just human nature to fear the unknown and then kind of avoid that, or attack it veracitively, or be challenged with any beliefs and conversations, and then arguments happen and then throw each other away. And the social media world of being thrown and being able to throw other people's out of groups and throw someone out of your friends list and block them, and they're not none of my problem, right? A lot of people will, for a lot of their lifetime, treat spirituality like credit, and what goes around comes around. Everything that your mom told you has many layers of meanings. So just kind of slow down and everything catches up, and focus. Because focus really allows us to see what the jackal is playing with our desires that aren't really in alignment with the purpose, that aren't really going to get us to the destination, that are kind of like, yeah, that's fun, and that's enjoying moments along the way, and that's part of the process, and we're all in love with the process. There, everybody says fall in love with the process. When trauma just kind of restricts and blocks us up, and so I'm just in a listening mode now, and again, because that is what I'm doing with you when I do these talks, is to kind of get in a place of listening to energy and the purpose and the message, and stillness, and try and bring ways of cleansing trauma and reorganizing ways of thinking of situations and moments in our life that allow us to take control of this simultaneous moment, time itself a little bit in ways, slow it all down. Namaste. Thank you. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon. We are here with the cats, and they're going to get some water. It's kind of cold out here, so their water froze over, but it's time to get them some water. It's a beautiful day, and it's going to stay warm. And have a beautiful day yourself, my friend.